Hi, my name is Mark Stuyt, Chief Engagement Officer with Neural Impact. In this video, we're going to focus on the second phase of the accelerated selling process. Now, in the first section, we focused on the qualification phase, where I believe, to be quite candid, the deal is really decided. And I suggested that we do three things differently, that'll make a material impact on the prospect's desire to want to do business with us or with you. One, focus on emotional discovery. Talk about what they care about. Secondly, deliver a buy-in demo of some of the most impactful components of your solution, ideally within the industry that they're in. And the third thing is perform or deliver some kind of educational insight. Teach the prospect something that they didn't know, ideally about how they could potentially use a broader solution set to solve a broader set of business challenges. Now, coming out of that phase, we're now moving into the proof phase, where they're going to want to prove to themselves that all the claims that we made in that earlier phase are actually valid. And that proof will come in one of two forms. It will either come in the form of a demonstration, where we do some secondary discovery and then do a product or solution demonstration, or it'll come in the form of a trial. Either way, we're going to have to put some structure around those two things to really limit how much activity gets consumed in this proof phase. So if it's a traditional discovery demonstration, I would suggest that you put more energy into the types of questions that you ask in advance of the actual demonstration to prove you deeply understand their sector. So that should be a teaching moment. By virtue of how you ask the questions, you actually communicate that you're one of them, a member of their tribe. And then we do a demonstration. Now, one of the tools that I put together to condense how much we have to show, but also to really make an impact that the things that we're showing will materially impact their business, is a demonstration plan. So it's one of those assets that we put together. Now, the demonstration plan is a document that you complete based on what you learned in the initial qualification phase, and then you send to the client for validation. And it doesn't just list what it is that they want to see, it lists what they want to see, but also what we want to include is what's the business challenge behind that? And what's the impact that they're experiencing today as a result of not having that capability? And then what are the benefits downstream of them putting this in? Adding those three things, when that lands in the inbox of our prospects, they look at that and they look at what they get from our competitors, and it's a night and day difference. This demonstrates we deeply understand their business. Now, as it relates to the trial, if an organization demands a trial, what I'd encourage you to do is put some trial management around it. So just giving them access to 30 days of Office 365 isn't going to satisfy the risks that they may step into if they can't find what they're looking for. So first thing we need to do is have a conversation with the individual who is going to be doing the trial and document what it is that they're going to be looking for. And based on what they're looking for, you may choose to support them in some way through that trial. It could be with some documentation that you put together, with some recommended workflows in their industry. It could be inviting them to a weekly one-to-many webcast where you walk new trial participants through some navigation and point them in the right direction. Regardless of how you manage their activity in there, at some point you want to reconnect with them after their trial is over, walk through the trial plan, which is another document that we put together to support the accelerated selling process, and then validate that the things that they were looking for, they actually found. So to really get the most traction with the prospect, through this proof phase, we want to do a number of things. Intelligent discovery as it relates to the expanded number of people that we meet with to prepare for the demo. The demonstration plan that is circulated to their demonstration community. And then if there's a trial, some trial management support as we go through those. You do those two things and you'll be moving forward into the last phase of this buying experience, the close phase, in a really good position.